All right, guys. The juice is loose. We have a movie to talk about this week, of course. Being Gen Xers, we had to go see Beetlejuice Beetlejuice. I've said his name two times. Let's not say it a third time. We don't want any trouble. Um, so real quick, let's go through the numbers before we do any talking. As of this live stream, that has made $145 million worldwide,
Wow.
110 domestically, and 35 internationally.
That's like 14
So
The Crows.
Right.
that is
I know.
that is a low bar, my friend. That is a very low bar. Um,
That bar is buried underground.
Over on Rotten Tomatoes, we have a critic score of 76% and an audience score of 82%. That's not bad. It feels about right for this movie, in my opinion. And then we did an audience poll, and I put it out today and realized that I had set it for 24 hours, so it's technically still going. So if you're watching now, you can quick head on over to X and go to our poll and answer. But as of this recording, of course, we said, "What did you think of Beetlejuice?" I gave 4 possible answers. It was awesome. It was good. It was meh. It was terrible. Coming in at last place is It Was Meh at 11.1%. Second place is It Was Terrible at 14.8%. And currently tied for the top spot at 37% was It Was Awesome and It Was Good. So that is where people stand on this movie at the moment. So I want to know what my co-hosts think before we get into spoilers. Non-spoiler. When you came out of the movie theater, what did you think? And Don, you can go first.
Okay. Yep, dog's excited about it. Okay. I'm going to be a little long-winded about this because I had somewhat of a unique experience with this movie and this property in general this weekend. So the original Beetlejuice, it released when I was a kid. I was a teenager, and I actually really didn't like it that much. It was something that my younger brother was really into, so I'd seen it a lot, even though it really was like, okay, whatever. So when I found out that we were going to do this for the show, it was something that I was going to involve my children in. So yesterday, woke up. I was like, okay, girls, let's watch Beetlejuice. Okay, cool. And I laughed a lot. Like, I enjoyed it a lot more as an adult. And the story itself is actually pretty tight until you get to the end. But one thing this movie does is kind of explain that thing that I was like, yeah, that's kind of out of nowhere, but wherever. And I'll get into that in the spoilers. But just so you kind of know my overall experience, I thought Michael Keaton was hilarious in the first one. Definitely before Me Too, he is very lecherous. In fact, he literally grabbed Gina Davis' character by the pussy.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not sure how Trump didn't say, "Hey, I was just quoting Beetlejuice," or I was, but nonetheless he didn't. But Beetlejuice did it first, ladies and gentlemen. So I say all that. So I go to see this with my kids, and normally, and again, I know I'm being long-winded, but this really was kind of a unique experience. Normally, when I go to see a movie, I go to one of these 20 theater megaplexes, monolithic lobby, blah blah blah. But this time, I went to a small town theater in a town, just one more city over for me, or one more town over for me, where there's only 2 screens. You're literally walking through a crowded lobby of people getting refreshments, and so the theater itself was packed. It was packed. And so yeah, I mean, it was, I just hadn't experienced that for a while. And there were parts where people were clapping. People clapped at the end of this movie. Now, I ultimately don't think that this movie, now I'll get into my spoiler free review. They did not screw it up. Okay? It just, real quick, they did not screw it up in my eyes. Was it as funny as the first? No. But I appreciate the fact that there were no performances that were phoned in here. Okay, like, Michael Keaton, you could tell was really trying and for the most part succeeding in really bringing this Beetlejuice character to another generation. Again, was it as funny? No. They turned down the lecherous Beetlejuice way down. There's one part where he was kind of like doing that sort of humor, but that's it. And call me old boomer crazy, I don't know, but I still find that shit funny. I don't know. And but so yeah, I mean, there are some things that I hold against this movie a little bit. But overall they didn't screw it up. And was it a Ghostbusters Afterlife level of success and revival of franchise? No. But again, they didn't screw it up, and it was an amusing movie. I laughed a little bit. The kids, all the wider range of people that went to go see the movie with me, because I went and saw it with my neighbors, and it was an enjoyable time. Everyone seemed to like it, and I did too. So I was definitely one of the ones that voted that it was good, and that's my story. I'm sticking to it. It's actually decent. It was a good time. It was fun. Just not as fun as the first one.
John,
let me check my notes here. Oh my God, my eyes. Great merciful Buddha, what horror am I watching? Oh, dark elder gods of chaos, please grant me the sweet release of death. Oh, sorry, no, those are my notes on The Crow. Sorry.
Right.
That's let's see. Okay. First off, to a comment Don made, the lecherous stuff, that's part of the character, so it shouldn't be a Me Too thing. Like I wouldn't have minded if he was, because that is the character, right? He's just a horrible ghost. But I think this movie suffered from too many plot lines. Any movie that makes me forget that Monica Bellucci is one of the characters for a time has made some kind of error. I went and saw it Friday night, and there wasn't a crowd there. But it was okay. Before anybody who's listening to me, before I say anything else, just know that you should go see this movie. It's a good movie. Now, as for what I thought about it, too many plot lines, and I think even Tim Burton is kind of getting long in the tooth. He's like, I don't think he's made anything he's even liked over the last couple of years. He I think there was an interview with him where he said as much. Like he's not really excited about stuff. The actors were great. I mean, geez, like they all did a really good job in doing what they could. There were some things that they were hand waved away. They really hate Jeffrey Jones. But that skit went on too long. Jeffrey Jones being the actor from, well, everybody knows him from Ferris Bueller as the principal from Ferris Bueller. But he has let's say legal troubles.
He was found with some questionable material involving minors, and even trying to get a 14-year-old boy to do inappropriate poses.
Yeah. So
I'll talk about that more in spoilers, though, because I thought they were really clever with how they dealt with him.
I'm just trying to not to demonetize.
He's also dead in real life too. So let's.
What's that?
He wouldn't have been on the movie anyway because he actually died in real life as well. So
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, was he dead? I know. I know that the actor who played Otto, Glenn Shandix, he died in 2010. No, I think he's Jeffrey Jones is still alive. He's 77 years old.
I don't.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah, he's still alive.
He died.
He is dead to a lot of people at this point.
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
But
anyway,
but yeah, like if they had taken out 2 or 3 of the plot lines of this movie and made it a little bit tighter, maybe concentrated on what's the character's name? the young guy, Justin Theroux, Rory. If they had concentrated on him, this could have been a really great movie. But even so, it's still good. And the reliance on practical effects is awesome, and we should see more of that. I hope this spurs more movies to start using practical effects again, in addition to some CGI. And Michael Keaton is great in it. He tried, even though he's starting to sound a lot like he's starting to mumble a lot, because he's getting old. But he still brought as much energy as he could to this, and you can tell like he is that character. So yeah, I mean, go see it. It's worth at least a watch, and it's a good follow up to the original Beetlejuice. We'll go more into the problems I have with it in the next segment.
Yeah, actually, I'm shocked. I thought someone told me he was dead. I just looked it up. You're right. He is alive.
He's
no
dead
longer
too.
working, obviously. Okay. So about a few months ago, every once in a while on like a Saturday night, Karen and I would just like watch a movie, rent a movie or whatever. And so a lot of times our kids would join us. So we ended up watching Beetlejuice, I want to say like 4 or 5 months ago. It's after we found out they were doing a sequel and all that stuff. So it was like, oh, let's watch the original, blah, blah. And it was funny because like her kids actually really liked the original too. So that, so it's not like I didn't watch it like Dawn the day of that I went to see it, but I have recently seen it. So it was still fresh in my mind. And we went and saw it. It was a date night. Like you, John, when I went to see it on Friday night, 6:00 showing, there was like maybe a couple dozen other people in the theater. So I was kind of like, is this movie going to make any money? Like, it just seemed weird, that it was empty on a Friday night.
What?
Yesterday.
Oh, okay, Sunday. Okay, so maybe
Saturday.
word of mouth caught up to it.
Yeah.
Or Saturday.
And then, I mean, 145 million opening. That's pretty decent for this kind of movie. You don't think of it as like, it's not a superhero movie, so it's not going to make 300 million opening weekend. And then I'm with you, John. Like, I walked out and I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this movie because there's too much going on. And I feel like that is 36 years between movies. And that's Tim Burton sitting on ideas like, we could do this for a sequel. Oh, we could do this for a sequel. We could do this for a sequel. And then it was finally like, he got excited about doing it because of Wednesday and Jenna Ortega, and like talking with her kind of revitalized him wanting to do Beetlejuice, and Michael Keaton's resurgence as Batman and all that stuff. So it was like, okay, cool. Let's do this. And maybe he was afraid he wasn't going to get a third one. Because, yeah, there's a lot. There's like 5 or 6 subplots in this movie that kind of all converge at the end. But there is one that you can completely get rid of. And it doesn't, we'll get to that in spoilers. And it does not change one iota about this movie. But it's not a terrible movie. Like, the acting is good. A lot of the jokes land. Not all of them, but most of them land. The ending is weird, and we'll get into that as well. But I think it's worth, like, if you're a fan of the original movie, if you're a Gen Xer and you watched this movie in 1988 when it first came out, or saw it on video, later on, if you remember the cartoon, which is not canon,
sadly,
then so you might enjoy this. So that is all we can say about it, non-spoiler. If you haven't seen the movie yet, or you don't want spoilers, or if you don't care, we'll see. Here we go. Thanks for watching this clip from the Superhero Speak podcast. And don't forget to watch us live every Sunday night right here on this channel.
While you're here, hit the subscribe button and click the bell for notifications so you won't miss out on any of our great upcoming content.
Speaking of content, don't forget to check out our website, superheroespeak.com, where you can find the podcast, links to our social media, merch, comic reviews, and so much more. That's superheroespeak.com.
Thanks for watching, and don't let your cape be caught in the door. See you next time.